What? Thanks.
Why?
Oh, these forks are kind of shitty. Oh, what's that? A knife. I was like, honey, I need you to put that down. What you got there? A knife. Flame General left word that you are to proceed to the fragrance chamber as soon as you are returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries as well as the results of our own investigations. Master Alphinaud has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. Excellent work, Ali. The information you brought us helped me persuade General Raubon to call this meeting. Mayhap now we can discuss matters openly and honestly. Haha, nope. We have been expecting you, madam. Please proceed inside. Money, money, money.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
Oh, I didn't realize that they dropped Omega so early in the game.
Alagon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Alagon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself.
But, interesting.
If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down
That's
upon the
interesting,
Cartano Flats.
because, yeah, I forgot that they dropped...
Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying
I forgot
one
that
weapon
they...
which could stay the
Right, I didn't realize that they
primal
dropped
may well
Omega.
Seemed like good sense.
And I mean, now we know more about Omega, so
the power of the Ultima weapon,
he wasn't an
I doubted
Alag.
the evidence
Anything
of my
Alag,
senses.
but still.
And now you tell me there is another such weapon, one which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye. We were skeptical ourselves.
It wouldn't contend with Bahamut.
Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if
I'll just
someone
wait
were
to
to
attend.
restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
I should be glad to know the truth, and yet, the thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. I need to stop that. How long do you think they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. You are, of course, the Scion best suited for this task, Private Ray. Do take a moment to visit Maelstrom Command and make inquiries at the earliest available opportunity. Begone, whelp! This is no place for children. I don't know why that's the voice I gave, but... I'm sorry. Wait, is that the little girl we met outside? You looking for her parents? You are the little girl. I was looking for you, miss. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl. Yeah, we go way back. We homies. Bound by blood. Bad boys for life. So he visited Stone's Throw as well. I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I am afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Of course. But first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. She's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by the pillow over there. We require but a moment. Alright, that's kind of endearing, him being good with kids. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. Alright, that's adorable. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Momodi will know what to do. A legion of Garleans, an Aether-starved primal. Even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Menphilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats that arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources, and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Ali, this is Menphilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the Twelves Wood has taken a turn for the worse. I will explain in detail once you arrive. The Twelveswood. Then the primal threat you spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of Ixchel activity, which leaves the sylphs. Go, Ali. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the Antedescent that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. I was about to be like, and you're here. Oh, okay. To the Stearns. Alright, these are like really quick quests. Like just kind of looking at it and realizing it now. Like, literally the quest is do this thing. Do this one thing and then go turn it in. There's no layers to it. Baby, Oppo Oppo. Oppo Oppo style. Dad, I don't want to learn hamster style anymore. What? Hamster style? I don't know why that's in my head. Daddy, please don't let us lose to Adams County. My daddy will beat me again. I have come on behalf of the Elder Seedseer to petition the aid of your order. The Antedescent, I think I got it, has been appraised of the situation. Yes. It is a relief to see you healthy and hale, Ali. The latest news from Uldar was most disturbing. Yeah, shit went cray. Sideways and shit. Clearly, the only injury Alphinaud suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will heal ere long. The other scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, I will summon them now. Let's go. Silver pieces. Bitchin' $2,000 in the bank. Excuse me. Lord of Levin. We are the misfits, our songs are better. We are the misfits, and we're gonna get her. Okay. Yustola, Ida, Thancred, Papalymo. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you if it were not urgent. To business, then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the Primal Ramu. I'm sorry, may have. Then it is not certain. The Elder Seedseer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, Antedescent, but that fact needs not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more Bellicose? The fuck? Echo, what does bellicose mean?
Bellicose is an adjective that describes something or someone that is eager or inclined to fight.
Oh.
It means to represent hostile or belligerent.
Oh.
The word is often used to describe someone's pugnacious or combative nature.
Oh. So, unlike his more willing to throw hands compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramu is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. Which is why I liked Ramu. He wasn't like, I'm gonna go shit up. It's like, I feel like, I'd have to check it, but I think even he was like, yeah, I shouldn't be here. Like, I'm a danger. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, 'twould surely would not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was gonna happen, just not this soon. Yeah, I knew this shit was gonna go down. I just didn't tell nobody. I beg your pardon. You foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it? I told Papalimo. I suppose I could have reported things to Nymphilia earlier, but there's honestly wasn't much we could expect to do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory? They already summoned Ramu once right after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans were trampling through the forest. And so long as Castrum Orine stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for a sudden influx of strangers to the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like that the Sylphs perceived this panic migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put to mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for Primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Ali, through your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Ramu can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope. Were such thing possible, we would not have been at war with the Beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can... Let us continue this discussion anon. We must need first consult with the nation most affected by Ramu's presence. The Elder Seer has requested your personal involvement, Ali. Pray report to Commander Huey to the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. I'm pretty sure that's not his name, Nymphilia. Shut the fuck up, Ali. Yes, ma'am. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. Lord of Levin. To Gridania. In the Navy. You done your fellow man. Ally of the Scions, your arrival has been most anticipated. Excuse me. The appearance of a primal has ever caused for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial, skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray, make your way to Nafika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the Lotus Stand. The other Scions have already arrived. Madam. May I show you in? Yes, please. Yeah, I would say of the three major cities, Gridania is my favorite. I like nature and shit. Like, I would say Gridania, Limsa, and then Ul'dah. Like, there's nothing in Ul'dah. It's fucking desert. That's not fun. Like, here, it's like, I would absolutely see myself just fucking around in a forest. Like, I mean, sure, I'd have to be careful of shit, but I'd have to be careful of shit for all of them.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs, too, have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramu himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks.
I adore the Sylphs. Of the tribes, the Sylphs, I think still, even after all these years, are one of my favorites. Yeah, because who was it? Mughals, these, and then I don't remember who the last one is. And then Stormblood was the Kojin, the Anata, and Namazu. The Namazus were fun. I do like that. That one was lighthearted. And then Shadowbringers with the Pixies. I would say I like the Pixie storyline a lot because there was a lot more. I would say the Sylphs are still my favorite of them all because they made such an impression on me at the very beginning. But I do think the Pixies had a much better story.
Pray make for little solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin.
I also just thought she was a regular woman. I didn't know what a Pajal was. Or it said, she's a Pajal. I don't know what that is. And I thought the horns on her head were just part of her headdress. Oh, well, that's neat. Each of the nations is run by, a different race. So we got Raban and Nanamo with a Lalafell and Highlander. We got Merweb as a Rogadin. And then Kynin Senna, who's just a regular woman. Nope, she's a Pajal. Which is interesting that in this game, surprise, we have A, another race, and B, one that holds significant political power within a region within Eorzea, and we just don't know a shit all about them.
An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Nope, wrong one.
Despite how sad this episode is, it's also really fun. Seriously, is ironic because Kenny died.
Ooh, excuse me.
No one ever cares. So Brandon gets to get some life-altering event about it. It also has a Carson side plot that's funny. So the episode is funny in spite of the dark. Stanley's comes from many people is dark despite the funny stuff, which leads us back to what I was talking about at the beginning of the dark versus balancing act. Now, I'm a firm believer in the idea that absolutely nothing is joke about, but in dark comics, this offensive something
Do, 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 do. Alley of the Scions. I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the Primal Ramu himself. An unbelievable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I have been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location of where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. Here we go. Levin and impression. Do, 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 do. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finish their investigation. Wait, alright, try again. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finish their investigation. I do not imagine that will be much longer. Speak of the devil. This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching, and have wisely identified the precise location where the Touched One summoned Lord Ramu. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind to escort this good woman to her fellow Scions? It would be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please, please, come with this one. It's the way that they speak. It's also why I like the kobolds so much. Like, they have synonyms for everything. It's like, oh, I love them. Wise ones have ventured deep into the Sylphlands. This one must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. Man, this flying thing is real fucking awesome. This is one quality of life that I wish we had back in my day. It's like actually having to go through this, being level 50 with things that legit could clap my cheeks. It's like, dang, this is a pain in the ass. This one's most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking One will find wise ones not far from here, to the south. Go in safety, Walking One. Thanks, Maxio. You're adorable. Square up, you little nerds. Alright, fine, I'll fight this plant. Okay. So it's actually you. I am relieved. For a moment, I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I'm able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite an ordeal. You should have seen the look on your Stola's face when one impersonating you suddenly showed up. Oh, was she like, oh, hi, Allie, I love you. What? You're not actually Allie? All of you shut up. I never said that. That's quite enough, Papa Limo. Ahem. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble so. Wow, even back in the day, everyone knew don't fuck with your Stola. I refuse, though. I will continue to do so. If the opportunity presents itself, I will be a little shit-eater. We'll talk later. Not now. Oh. So, at any rate, as I was saying, I finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say I've reached an indisputable conclusion. To wit, that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Aetherite, as all of them were. Come, Ellie, the Lord of Levin awaits. Giant bane stool. Nope, y'all can piss on off.
Betrays thee, servant of hiding.
You know who I am. His beard looks like a fluffy thing of mashed potatoes.
Of light, Bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan.
How does he know I did all these things? Like, do you just read my... How the fuck would you know this?
I am Ramu, guardian of the
fuck the whole, I'm Ramu and old and smart. No, that doesn't work. How did you know I did these things?
Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light.
I have seen it.
By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
And again, Ramu's the only one that's actually kind of cool. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I know I shouldn't be here. It's I'm very aware of that.
The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest not for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor.
I know that skill too.
The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Gridanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Yes, Ramu.
Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Since a quarter of the fleet rounded down is zero, Demi no longer deals damage, and thus our overdrive bars will never fill beyond this. At least we boosted the bars as much as we could. We're forced to finish it off with normal attack. We can use this save sphere to heal ourselves, but we still can't access the menu. The next fight is the last one in
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from at home.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady.
Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. It's like I mean, it's either Urianger has a thing for Ramuh, or it's like, oh, I have a lot of respect. I mean, considering how he's dating Dad Crid, it's most likely like.
I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Alright, let's see if I can get around though. Alright, you are kind of in the way. I mean, it makes sense why you're here. Oh. Aw. They're cute. I like them a lot. I don't like fighting them. I hope I'm able to get a run in before I have to call it. Oh, Bonito. I told you long ago, all ago, da 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 da, ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Do 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 to me, come on, to me, yes. Shop selling price. Like, here, I have this soul of a scholar that I no longer want. How much for it? 50 gil. Okay, what? All the secrets of scholars of Nimian culture and tactics for 50 gil? Look, man. Look, man, I got bills to pay. I got glams to purchase. Right. Oh, that's ugly as shit. I told you long ago, da 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 da. Like, they could absolutely work. Bingus, Tingus, Dingus, Mingus, Jingus, and Stingus. I told you long ago. I told you long ago on the road. Da 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 da. No, hate. 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 Kid Ronzo. That's a short skirt. I wish I could wear the trunks. I want the trunks. I'm sick of the fucking panties. No. How much y'all go for now? Oh, wow. I remember when y'all were stupid expensive. Wow, that's nuts. Like, there was a day when those were, like, wicked expensive. No, those are ugly as shit. Are those? Huh. Fury! Todos! Offerle daremos! Dámenos de vamos! No, you are now going to wait. It is 10:05. You will now wait. I will get it for you next time. But you're gonna have to chill. The hose of happiness. No, Babu. No, Babu. No. Those... No. No. They got no breeches. Sheath skirt. Are we talking like a pencil skirt here? Oh my god! You know, we all know. We all know. We all know that the sexy librarian or sexy secretary became a thing immediately. Your turn, girl. So that wouldn't matter then. Alright, Drew. What's up, Drew? What's up, Drew? Why not, man? Oh, right. Only overdrives. Well, I think it said 5 minutes. It's now 4 times as much. Cool. I mean, financially, I'm fine. I can afford it. when we tumble. Oh shit. But my glam. God damn it. I don't even think I can glam right now. Fuck. Alright. How did we get up here? Like it doesn't look like we walked our asses up. How did we get here? Fluffy plate of mashed potatoes. Please. No! No! Please! Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's like, please! No! Don't leave me!
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine.
It's kind of interesting going back and playing through this. Like, especially with how things end and seeing this specifically. And, like, seeing what ultimately comes about from how this story ended. And, like, it'd be really cool to, like, it'd be really cool if, like, you could, like, call Ramu again and, like, tell him, like, this is what we did. Like, you know? Like, so, like, some of these individuals that were, like, clearly one-offs, okay, that were clearly meant to be one-off, like, or like this, but they're, like, you know, not, you know, crazed monsters kind of stuff. But, like, being able to go back and, like, look, this is what we did. This is what we were able to do. Like, that would be cool.
Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them.
Yeah, like, it's really, really cool. Jern, you're gonna have to wait at this point. It's now almost 10:30. Okay. We're winding down. But yeah, it would be really cool to, like, go back and talk to him, like, this is what we did. Or, like, call up Susano again, like, hey, these were some of the fights that we got into. Like, these were some of the scraps that we got into. Who else would be cool to call? Heavensward. In Heavensward, there were. Nah, not him. Not Bismarck. No. Stormblood, Susano. Yeah.
If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
And low-key, some of the things that, like, there's no, like, I think they themselves, like, said, like, no, we didn't plan this. But, like, seeing some of these statements and, like, how prophetic they ultimately became, and, like, how much deeper it actually goes, especially as you play through this story. Like, hearing so early on this kind of line. Like, by no means am I sitting here thinking that Ramu knew everything.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians.
The Ascians?
But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
You don't know what I just did to your god. Like, oh, you have no clue. Alright, back to Los Solis. I'll go until it gets me put back into a city. Thought there was something there. Like, if someone was there, then I would have helped. Ali, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramu received your visit? I don't know if that's the voice I have, but fuck it. He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The people of both Gridania and Little Solus will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the Forest Champion of Peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Ali. This Elder Seedseer must be informed of your deeds at once. Now get the fuck out. The Elder Seedseer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make direct for the Lotus Stand. The Conjurer at Nothica's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Ali. You. No. You know. You know. Wow, really? Someone bought that for 40,000? All right then. That's your money. The skirt is probably cuter. Yeah, you know what? I'll go with the Makoto skirt. Okay. Alright, this is probably a good time for bed. Yes. You really annoy. Jesus. What else do I still have? What other primals are left? I think these may be it. Because I think the hard mode for the other ones I have to go out of my way to unlock. have no reason to, so I think that'll be what I call it. Yeah. Alright. It's time for bed, Babu. Babu and Babette. Though you're already kinda conked out. Okay, it's time for bed. Alright.